What's self-love? Self-love is more than just eating healthy, getting exercise regularly, taking bubble baths. Self-love is taking care of your mind and body as well as your soul. Self-love, it's knowing who you are as a person and accepting yourself. Being able to look in the mirror and saying, I love me. It's taking those negative thoughts that you may have about yourself and releasing them, transforming them into positive thoughts, using those thoughts to develop yourself, to grow yourself and transform who you are as a person into a better version of you. That's self-love. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited you're all joining me today. I would like to introduce you to a new segment of my channel called Emerging Light. Emerging Light is where we're going to be discussing some of the heavier topics like self-love, personal development, healing, and relationships. I'm really excited to talk to you guys about some of these heavier topics and just grow with you and develop with you. So join me as we emerge from the people who we used to be into the people who God's called us to be. Welcome to the first episode of Emerging Light. In today's episode, we will be discussing 8 tips you can use to practice self-love. These tips are tips that I've actually put into practice over the course of the last year to take my self-love from almost not existing to seeing myself through God's eyes and truly valuing who I was to Him. So the very first tip that I would give you for self-love is daily affirmations. Affirmations are statements that you would use to take your negative thoughts and turning them into positive thoughts. So a daily affirmation could be something like, I am made in God's image, or I am beautiful, or I am full of power, I am strong, or I can climb any mountain, I can achieve my highest goals. These are all daily affirmations. I personally put my daily affirmations on my bathroom mirror. My daily affirmations being on my bathroom mirror are beneficial for me because when I wake up in the morning, it's the first thing that I do. I go brush my teeth, I do my daily affirmations. It's also beneficial to have them on the bathroom mirror, and it's a little bit of a challenge because I have to look in the mirror and face the things that I don't like about myself and speak to them. So you have to look in the mirror and say things to yourself like, I am beautiful. And you may look at yourself and see those flaws that you may not necessarily like about yourself, but speak to them and tell them that they are beautiful. They are made in God's image. You have to look at yourself and remind yourself in the morning, first thing, I am powerful and I am full of God's power and He loves me. I can achieve any goal I set my mind to. Today is going to be a great day, full of positivity. I wake up every day full of energy and enthusiasm. These are all daily morning affirmations that I personally say. So that would be my first tip, is daily affirmations. My second tip would be identity. And I've spoken about identity in my divorce video and my postpartum testimony, but identity is huge. Like I said in the beginning of this video, knowing who you are, knowing what you need is going to determine your self-love. For me personally, my identity came from God. Being able to go to Him and have Him show me who I was set the tone for how I saw myself. When I realized who I was to Him, it made me value myself more. Spending time with the Lord, spending time with God, and having Him pour into me and say to me, this is who you are. You are my daughter. You are strong. You are powerful. You are made in my image. That statement alone. We are made in God's image. The world around us may tell us you don't have the perfect shape, or you have all these things wrong with you, or the people we date, or our parents, or social media may tell us that we're not enough. But God literally tells us that we're perfect. So when we find out who we are, we truly know who we are, and we don't allow the world to identify us, and we know who we are, our self-love is not determined. Our love, the way we see ourselves, is not determined by anybody else, but is determined by how we feel about ourselves. is determined about how God is determined by how God feels about us. So identity would be the second tip that I have for you, is to really spend some time with yourself, really spend some time with God and find out who you are. Really find out the things that you may not like about yourself, and find out why you don't like about them. Why you don't like those things about yourself. What's really so bad about those quirks? Because I can guarantee you, probably nothing, because God made you that way. Know who you are. Look at yourself in the mirror. Say those affirmations. I am beautifully and wonderfully made. Your identity is your foundation. And when you have that foundation and you know who you are, the level of love that you have for yourself will increase. Tip number 3 that I would give you guys is to forgive. Forgive yourself. I feel like in this world, we all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Nobody walks around completely error-free throughout their days. Every day, we all make mistakes. Forgive yourself from any mistakes that you've made in the past, from anything that you've said to someone. If you have to say to these people that apologize to these people, you can do that, but you need to forgive yourself, because unforgiveness is a poison. Unforgiveness it's not going to do anything but make you sick. It's going to prevent you from growing. It's going to prevent you from progressing. So forgive yourself from any mistakes that you've made. It's very common for the world to label us. It's very common for the world to put on a pedestal our mistakes and tell us these are the things that you've done wrong, and kind of ignore the good things that we've done. So it's very important for us as individuals to forgive ourselves, even if the rest of the world doesn't. Forgive yourself, because God forgives us. When we make mistakes, we can go to God and say, Lord, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I did this. I repent wholeheartedly. Repent of my sin. I wholeheartedly, I was wrong. And I turn from those ways. And God will forgive us. The big part of forgiveness is being able to grow. I'm actually looking at my computer for my notes, so I do apologize. Proverbs 24:16 says, "For the righteous man may fall 7 times, he still gets up, but the wicked stumble in times of calamity." It's not about how you fall. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody falls. It's about how you get back up, and it's about if you get back up. Everybody's going to make mistakes. But if you refuse to get back up, if you refuse to forgive yourself and others, because the inability to forgive others is also a poison for yourself. You're only holding your own self hostage from healing. So forgive others. I always say that there's good in every situation. You just have to find it. So in every mistake that you make, go back, look at it, spend time understanding what happened in that situation, what you can learn from it, find the good in it, and grow from it. It's not how you fall, it's how you get back up. Okay? So forgive yourself. That's tip number 3. Tip number 4 would be show yourself compassion. It's so easy. We're our biggest critics, you guys. We're our biggest critics. We may put on a pair of jeans and, oh my gosh, it doesn't fit my hips this way, or oh, my hair is just bad this day, or I don't think I'm going to get this promotion. They're probably going to give it to so-and-so. Stop it. Just stop. Talk to yourself like you would talk to your best friend. Talk to yourself like you would talk to your best friend. Would you tell your best friend that they're not cute? They look terrible, they look fat in those jeans? No, you would not. Would you tell your best friend you're not gonna get that promotion? They're probably gonna give it to somebody else. Or this person probably doesn't even like you. You're not that cute. You would not do that. You just would not. Show yourself some compassion. Listen, if you have to get dressed and tell yourself, you look good, I look good, do that. Show yourself compassion. Be your biggest cheerleader. Like I said, we are our biggest critics. So the Bible says life and death is in the power of your tongue. If you are speaking these words into yourself, I am not going to get this job. I don't look good in this. I don't look. All you're doing is those affirmations. All you're doing is feeding those negative thoughts back into yourself. Just stop doing that. You gotta stop doing that. Talk to yourself like you are like your own cheerleader, sitting on those sidelines like, yes girl, yes. Okay, talk to yourself like that. Talk to yourself like you are your best friend. So that is tip number 4. Show yourself compassion. Know how you feel. When you're sad, understand, like, I'm not really having a good day today. And be able to tell yourself, like, I'm not, I need to take some time to myself, and that's okay. I'm kind of hurting right now, and I'm not going to push myself to go to the gym and do all this extra stuff or beat myself up for eating this ice cream because I'm really sad today. Show yourself some compassion. Treat yourself like you would treat your best friend. Love on yourself. That is tip number 4 that I would give you, is to love on yourself. Love on yourself. Show yourself compassion. Tip number 5 would be to date yourself. So being alone can sometimes require us to look in the mirror. It can sometimes require us to come face to face with ourselves. And sometimes we don't like who we see. We don't like who we are with. So oftentimes people surround themselves with other people, but what I would suggest is to actually spend time with yourself. Spend time treating yourself. Take yourself on walks. Go get ice cream with yourself. Go to the movies with yourself. Get dressed up and cook a nice fancy dinner. Light some candles and put on a nice dress and stay in the house all by yourself. Just because you want to feel good. You don't even have to be single, but just date yourself. Learn how to be alone and be content with who you are by yourself. Your singleness is so important. If you don't like who you are as an individual, you are not going to like who you are with other people, whether that be friends, whether that be coworkers. You have to be content with who you are as a person. So get to know yourself, date yourself. I personally like to go sit in the park and just listen to nature. I am an outdoors kind of girl, and I like to sit in the park and just listen to nature. I like, go work out. That's fine too. Go work out. My me time consists of time with God as well. The point of dating yourself is to get to know yourself. It's to really enjoy being with yourself. It's to love on yourself. Buy yourself some flowers. I love flowers, and you don't have to wait for your significant other to buy yourself some flowers. If you are out and about and you see a bouquet and it's just gorgeous and it just lights you up, grab it. Grab the flowers. I'm telling you, it will really make your day. Do it for you. Don't do it for anybody else. Do it for you. And don't wait for anybody else to brighten your day up like that. Do it because you want it. So that's tip number 5. Tip number 6 is self-care. So a lot of people, when you think of self-love, you think, get your nails done and take a bubble bath. Self-care is a huge part of self-love. I know for me personally, when my self-love was at its all-time low in this last year, my self-care was right down there with it. So self-care, eat healthy, work out, make sure you're drinking plenty of water, getting plenty of sleep, take care of your nails and your hair. And when you feel good on the outside, when you're taking care of your body, when you're taking care, when you're watching the way you look and you feel good about the way you look, it will also make you feel good mentally as well. If you're walking around in sweatpants and your hair is crazy and you ain't brush your teeth, it gets bad like that sometimes. But if you're walking around and you really stopped caring for yourself and you're going through a depression and you've just been in bed all day and you haven't even gotten out of bed to brush your teeth or take a shower, like, you feel bad. So take care of yourself. Take care of your mind, body, and spirit. So get up, take a shower, exercise, go on a walk. You don't have to go and go to a fancy nail salon. You can just paint your nails at home. The point is to take care of yourself. So self-care is another one I would recommend. Tip number 7 will be prioritize your needs. Set some boundaries. This one was very hard for me. the point of prioritizing your needs is putting yourself first, because if you're not doing that, what tends to happen is you pour from an empty cup and you don't have anything else to give anybody else. So know what it is that you need as a person and prioritize it. It's okay to say, I'm not going to make it tonight. I'll be there next time. It's okay to say, and you don't even always have to give an explanation as to why. It's courteous to, but it's okay to not want to say. It's okay to say no. For me, that was very hard to do because I tend to, for the people around me, want to be there for them and want to pour my all into them. But it is not our job as individuals to fix people or to help people all the time. It's okay to, but not at the expense of sacrificing our own well-being. So prioritize yourself, prioritize your needs, and be able to say, this makes me uncomfortable. I don't like that. No, thank you. Or, it kind of goes along with forgiveness, but when you forgive somebody, you are allowed to let them back in your life, but you can do that with those same boundaries. I forgive you. However, I don't really want this much of a relationship. I don't want this close of contact. You are allowed to set boundaries for your life because it protects your needs. If things are not good for your well-being, if things bother you emotionally, if things bother you physically, if they cause you stress and anxiety, be able to say no. Be able to say, this is not something that I would like in my life, and set those boundaries. So that would be tip number 7. And then tip number 8 would be contentment. Contentment and gratitude, being thankful. I personally do a gratitude exercise at night from time to time. It's writing down 5 things from my day, no matter how my day went. Writing down 5 things from my day that I'm grateful for. That's really beneficial, even when the day has gone really bad. Actually, it's actually even more beneficial on days like that. But when you write down those 5 things from your day, it just takes you back and you realize, I'm really thankful. I think sometimes with the world around us, we tend to take for granted the things that we have, and once we acquire something, we get that new apartment or we get that car that we want, we tend to want more. We tend to buy a new outfit and then think that, next week I'm going to this event, I gotta get another one. Be thankful and be grateful for the things that you do have, especially during this time of quarantine. I feel like everyone is going through so much that it's so easy to forget about all the blessings that you have. So go through a list. If you go do the gratitude exercise, write down 5 things from your day that you're grateful for. And even when you have a bad day, I can guarantee you there will be 5 things from your day that you are grateful for. Self-love is not something that's easy to acquire. I won't say it's not easy to acquire, but it takes practice. Going through it daily, practicing these things daily, and being very gentle with yourself is what's going to help build this self-love. Nobody's perfect. We're not perfect. We're human beings. We have flaws, and I think it's really, like I said, you have to be very gentle with yourself. Take your time. Take your time with your healing. If you are still not comfortable with your flaws, if you're looking in your mirror and it's been 3 weeks and you're still crying when you say, I am beautiful, that's fine. Take your time. Self-love is, especially when you've gone through heartbreak, especially when you've had parents that didn't love you or abandoned you, or you were abused as a child, or you were abused in a relationship, or any type of traumatic situation that caused your self-love to diminish. It is okay for you to be gentle with yourself as your self-love builds up. once your self-love is built up, practicing these things on a regular basis will help you maintain your self-love. Being gentle with yourself, knowing who you are, prioritizing yourself, setting those boundaries, practicing self-care, forgiving yourself. These things will help you keep your self-love intact. So I really hope that these 8 tips help you practice self-love on a daily basis, help you build your self-love, or help you maintain your self-love. So if you like this video, if it's beneficial to you in any type of way, leave a comment below. If you are not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, click the bell so you get notifications of new videos I post. But thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.